Saturday afternoon. Fear-mongering radio. We spread fear and cheer throughout the world. We always say we are commercial music free, sponsor free, asking for money or showing this out. We have Cowpote approved, obviously. I mean, I do play some AI music, but I don't just sit there all of a sudden and then when it gets away, it makes some right after this, we pay some bills for some ills. But it's the 7th day of the 2nd month of the 2026 year. It's 9 months away until November 1st, 7 months away for the state fair, my birthday month, and you can start begging here real soon in 9 months. So every first roll around, you'll be in the middle of the hot season, or the begging season will be close at hand. But right now, we're in the throes of February, having the time of our life as I look out to the trail, the white snow. It is another beautiful day to be alive. I've always said I can see, I can hear, I can feel pain, I can speak English, I can go to work without papers. I made some girl this morning, put some up there for blind news. Take the Greyhound bus for the court date for lovely and talented Tater. They'll be all listening intently when that is live, like when Steve Coate was up against Dave 25. I broke that down on a video. They both committed wrongdoings in the court of law. They committed perjury, just like Sven Johnson shall not be named when he didn't follow directions in the courtroom and was fined. My mother would have executed him in the courtroom in the side chambers for his behaviors. When they tell you to behave, you behave. But some people just don't listen. It's the way it is. Weird driving a company vehicle, but it's better than taking her car, Ubering it. But we made some get at the airport. We were balls to the wall, a lot of golf clubs and all that behavior. But this is a quick, probably hour show. I might call Sweet Melissa. Going to Devani's tonight. No long underwear. But my voice comes to you from the men and women of the armed forces who have balls the size of ovaries the size of oak trees from 1 and 2 that was supposed to end all wars. 1938. Talked about it, and I'll tell you again. It was kicked off when he decided to invade Poland. Trump's been doing the same thing with Venezuela, trying to rule the world. Now he's wagging the dog with the racist behavior. And we did have all kinds. We had D-Day. We had all kinds of stuff with Japan out there in Hawaii. And then we had to they had to capitulate and get on the Mighty Mo and apologize for their behaviors when they dragged us in on Pearl Harbor. We had to snap the necks and free the Jews. Get it done. All those Jews were deported, but they turned them back from New York and wherever else. Rat line. Blue laws. Burn those churches to the ground. Forgotten war. Vietnam War. We have a draft dodger up on the hill. Convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, who's being a racist little pig, but doesn't really care. We don't really care until it's their problem. 9/11 victims, 9/11 war, all that behavior. Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, the Merchant NASCAR, Coast Guard, the Internet uniform, anything for this country. Without which we have nothing at all. Appreciate men and women blue. Don't, like a cop, simply call a crackhead. Call one. They'll come get you. It's not that tough. God bless the men and women working class at work every day and make this world a real hum. Everybody else sits around does nothing at all. Appreciate your hard work. The dishwashers, the warehousemen, truck drivers, whoever, all you guys who work hard to do the mundane troll jobs, the airport, and wherever else. Keep it humming. Choices have consequence, my dad always told me, are your choices in life. I don't run with poor people. When you run with poor people, you're going to be poor. When you hang out with racist people, you're going to be racist. It's not the way it works. Just like with Old Man Nation accusing me of stolen valor. I asked the guy again about it, and he goes, this guy's nuts. What are you talking about? He has a friend who collects hats and actually has a couple ones that people gave him that serve the country. And he goes, he has a couple of the special forces one, but he has them in his house. He puts them on downstairs in his basement because he likes them. I said, yeah, I understand that. I don't have any of them, but I understand that. He doesn't wear them, he just likes them. I said, yeah, I get it. Oh, you're a bitter old man. I don't run that guy anymore. I don't care about you putting an apology kiss to make up. Then dropping the P word on the show. Not going to do it. He'd lose you. Not going to do it. He can kiss my ass. As far as he's dead to me. He's a bear of exposure. He's dead to me. That's the way she goes. I'm going to give a second chance that kind of behavior. But that's what. That's water under, over, and down the dam, as they say, right? But yes, make good choices in your life, and you'll be with good people. That's all there is to it. It's around good people. It's a great life when you have good people. You live well. You eat well. You travel well. But when you're poor, well, you sit around and bitch about it and feel sorry for yourself. It's not my fault. But it's a condom I'm taking off. Women, marry before you carry, because if you don't, all of a sudden you get herpes or AIDS or gonorrhea in the penis, or you're pregnant, and the father runs off. And he runs off, and there's nothing left. Please put one on. If you don't like two men having consensual sex, grunting, groaning, slapping each other around, I get it. Can't tape a man to a fence, and then also like two women having consensual sex, smashing gas, gentle down, bull dyking, lipstick lesbians, whatever it may be, black on black, whatever. That is not a very Christian thing to be doing. Not a very Christian to be doing. When you apologize on Sunday, you think you do the rest of the week. So, just like when you, the old marriage thing, you say, well, let's get it annulled, and all of a sudden it didn't happen. You can get a pardon on your felon, you're still a felon. You're still married, and you have two children, or a bastard, as I guess, right? That's the Catholic Church. But I can have burn the ground, the crime scenes, I've always said before. Blue laws, look them up. They all belong in orange jumpers. Snap their necks and their souls to hell. Public execution, that kind of behavior, hurting children, elderly people, whatever. And look at Savannah, whatever her name, her mom out there in Arizona. Whoever did it should be executed. Public hangings. We eliminate this kind of behavior that hurts children, elderly people, and animals. No time, no place. Another common sense: don't drink and drive. Call us a murder, pick up the phone, don't you drink. I get it. You want to drink, fine, don't drive. I've been people murdered. Thank you so much. Board members of Speculation Sports, appreciate that. Source: Apple Podcasts, Chrome, Inbox, Safari, Firefox, Quad.com, generic app, Spotify, they pay me. A bunch more. Midroll, MI, a whole bunch of different XCOM, all these different gold. I'm on, I don't know how many, about 36 right now. I get an email every time about what I'm on. United States, United Kingdom, Australia. Just wonder Hussey's phone, please. I don't know why. I think it doesn't make any sense. Norway, that's kind of new. Norway is 5 times. Taiwan, Colombia, Czech, Germany, Denmark, India, South Korea, Mexico, and let my people go in New Zealand, Rwanda, Turkey, Spain, and Pakistan. Look at Norway. INNLNDSCF 4 times. Oh, what? Okay. Thank you over there. Someone's loving Fear Margaret Radio. United Kingdom is 10 times. Australia is 8 times. Come kidnap United States. New Jersey, Massachusetts, Florida is always big. California and Wisconsin, the Ohio, both in Florida. Sarasota is 5. Jacksonville. Oh, there you are. Stanford and Orlando. Massachusetts, Springfield, 8 times. Boston. Someone's in Springfield have been on all my IPs. Thank you. Brooklyn, the Gingerbread House, across the board, Wisconsin. Bosselbell once in Washington, whatever. And in California is Hayward and Sacramento. My sister used to live out there. When she died, she moved to Florida. She moved to Colorado. No, she moved to Nebraska, then she died in the Colorado hospital. I got that phone call. I'm like, yeah, you better revive her. I knew she was dead before my mother called me and told her daughter had passed. I'm like, yeah, you better. She bled death on the toilet because they didn't follow her in. They got a good hunk of money from the hospital, which is fine. They wanted to pardon me in. I said, no, don't pardon me in on the lawsuit. That's your baby, not mine. Pennsylvania, Shipville once. New Jersey, 9 times. Cape May Courthouse. What? Cape May Courthouse? Really? Who's listening to me in New Jersey? In Cape May Courthouse? That's hilarious. Someone is in the courthouse listening to fear-mongering radio. So someone must live in Cape May, but works in the courthouse. So they're on. You guys are on your company computer, listening to me in the courthouse. Thank you so much. Hey, what the hell? You get to listen to long podcasts. Thank you so much. Call the show. Cape May. Emails at cowpote@yahoo.com. Cowpote@yahoo.com. Are always there. They got a bunch on there. NFL one all the time. A few on fear mongering, whiny, pissing, moaning, but they still listen. People. NFL one piss and moan about the nicknames, but Super Bowl 60 and all this other behavior, it's like, well, then don't listen. I guess I get my my distractions. I get it. There's 7 million things that you can consume, and right now, as you listen to me, you are consuming me, and I appreciate very, very much everybody. Love or hate, the dislikes, whatever, the shares. I share a lot of stuff on my Twitter account, and I see a lot of stuff out there that blows me away. Let's talk about the hunch, Donald J. Trump. You're convicted felon, adjudicated rapist. He's wagging the dog, as the movie said, wag the dog, with this behavior, with the retweeting of a thing of Barack Hussein Obama and his lovely wife, and then his lovely White House chick says it refers to what the hell's that movie? Lion King. Well, they're not. The apes aren't in that. It's just, he doesn't want to apologize. I told my wife he's going to haul pass it off to somebody. Well, who is the somebody? It's like when somebody tweets something inappropriate on their Twitter account. Oh, it was hacked, or whatever else. I've when something comes through in my Faker book, I see like from maybe it recommended me that's inappropriate, I will quickly block that content from that person. Same with my Twitter account. I have a shitload of followers, and I go on there once in a while. And it's like before I used to have like 600 friends on Faker book, and one day I sat home at work one day for an hour and a half and defriended a bunch of people, and I'm down to 20, and that's all I need. Because the crap that I used to see on Faker book was damn near pornography. One time it was almost child stuff. It was really close. I'm like, oh, really? Who in the hell are you? I got defriended right away. It was bizarre. Sitting on Twitter to see some really... I saw one time that one young lady from overseas, and now she's 18 or 19, when she was 17 and she was an activist. What was her name? And people were putting her head on a nude body. And I saw that on Twitter. I'm like, are you kidding me? She was 17 at the time. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, that was quickly... I don't know if I followed them. I think I unfollowed and I blocked them. I'm like, I don't need to see your behavior. People love to do that kind of behavior. I will retweet things like I'll put my link for this podcast into somebody else's podcast because I want to. If they have a bunch of people, they're a bunch of people that they are tagging. I'm pimping them to my podcast. I'm pimping them because then they get my link in there and then they'll come to it. Or people will say, put your link in here for your podcast on Twitter, and I'll do that. But I just the stuff that I see against Obama. They all say Trump deranged him zone. Well, Obama and Biden live in his mind rent free. I don't hate Donald J. Old Man Nation put him in a coffin, which is not cool. That's not a cool thing. When the man passes, he'll pass. I don't want to wish death to anybody. I do Deadpool hits, and I get it. But there was a guy a little more than me yesterday. I heard him talking to somebody. There was a drop, and I heard somebody at work was apologizing because he walked up to me and he goes, I think I thought of you yesterday, and that you were right about the hunch. And he called him the hunch. I'm like, wow. And I watched that interview where he sat forward with that guy, and the hunch wouldn't endorse Never the Trumper. And the behavior he did, I said, yeah. I said, he never said so. He reminded me of my mother when she would lean forward when I would talk to her. She would get in defensive mode because I was going to tell her something you want to hear, and she was already ready for the response. And I said, that's the hunch is. I said, look at what he did for Obama. I said, you don't do that to somebody who's a sitting president. And like I said, I don't hate Donald J. I've never liked him because he doesn't pay his bills. And I get paid from both my uncles when I work. If I didn't get paid, I don't live where I live. Okay, I'm getting my high idle fixed. I'm going to walk up with cash. I'm going to pay it on the dollar right there. It'll probably be $700. What it's going to be to get it fixed, the back right tire, I don't know. If I wouldn't get paid for my uncle, I wouldn't be able to get my car fixed. People don't. I got $15 from somebody today. It was her husband with her golf clubs, and gave me $15. She didn't give me an IOU. She didn't have to, but she tipped me. I said, thank you. I came home and I gave her some money. I gave her $20. I gave her $20 today. Made about $350. Paid myself first. Gave her some. Put some for vacation in the city of organized crime. He's never paid his bills. And working in the construction business my whole life, doing fabricating, I expect to be paid for my what I've done. He still owes St. Cloud when he was running for president for security. I guess if you want to sit in the basement of your house and yell racial slurs at the TV, that's your business, I guess. But when you're so used to talking like that with your buddies, you're just going to blurt it out. Like people, Dave will be on the phone. He'll start saying, like, why are you doing the double GR on me? Why are you doing that? I don't get it. I try to tell him that. But it just shows his racist behavior with the Obama thing. I'm like, this is just wagging the dog, just another distraction with the Epstein file stuff coming out. And that's been some long-lasting people. Someone here in town was resigning because the emails back and forth, this guy. And like I said about the Epstein file, I'm just kind of rambling. This is kind of a show that just, I had all day to think about what I was going to do today. I have nothing coming out tomorrow. I might do an NHL show for a break before we do the Super Bowl. We're getting all our food ready to go. We're going to have the time of our lives and watch a good time party, right? And I just see this behavior going on with him, and it blows me away. Just distracting people from the Epstein file. Like I said, I could see having that island, but it's 21 or older. It's a beautiful island. There's a guy who did a video on that about 6. He's got an accent. He talked about it and how much he bought for it. Gorgeous island. I was watching real estate. We were on vacation one day in a hotel, and it was like, you go shopping for these islands. It was cool as hell. If I had that island, guess what? It's 21 or older. But like I said in the last podcast, it's so unfortunately easy to take advantage of vulnerable people, adults, children, animals, and whatever. And just like with Savannah Guthrie's, whatever, I hope it's not an inside job with her. People don't know how to protect people. And there's a lot of these people, these old, she always asks me why. Well, one, because they can, because I said these wealthy people it's that urge that's in them that's there no matter. I said when you have that urge when you get money you act on that urge. I said if I told her if I win the Powerball or the Gopher and I'm 40 years old and I'm a gambler and a drinker, guess where it's all going to go? To Vegas. But I said, this has been going on. My good friend of mine, Vern, over at the airport, he passed away. He has lung cancer. Never smoked a day in his life. I miss him. He was my favorite Democrat, but we always got together. He'd wait for me to come into work when the Hunch was in office, and I miss him. He died before the election. He died in 2019. I said he would not get reelected in that 20, but he did it anyways in 2024. And he goes, Cowboy, I know you have a rage on this hurting of people, but he goes, this has been going on at the beginning of time with the Hebrew slaves. And he goes, until, as they say, you always say public hangings for this behavior will never stop. He goes, it's $1 billion business, which you have said before. I said, absolutely. It's people get paid, get money from, he said, like trading me and you trading baseball cards, Cowboy. You know, trading, we take pictures of something, you're taking pictures on when you're vacation, and you send me a picture, I send you a picture, and we use it for our collage or something. That's whatever. We exchange memories because people exchange young kids and whatever else with these pornography pictures because everybody said Cowboy in their hand has a camera. It's real easy now to make these videos and take advantage of it. And people that have money will take advantage. Who's the little troll? His wife divorced him because he gave her STD, and whatever. And these records should have been a long, long time ago. No redacting of who's in it. You redact the victims, and where the chips fall where they may. I don't run people like that. I don't have a problem. But he's just wagging the dog with the Obama retweet and then haul passing off to some alleged employee. Who's the employee? Did you walk him out the door? He or she? But he was in his. He doesn't really care. Just he was in his plane. Well, doesn't want to apologize for it. Not a big deal. Could you imagine if Obama put him on a mayonnaise jar or something? But I see people now dying on their feet. Well, it's a little too late to do the right thing now. Like I've said, the Red Party, the rise of the brown shirts. And they got mad at the governor in town because he referred to Annie Frank. Yeah, it's the same thing, man. I'm sorry. You can't see history, we like it or not. I mean, I'm not the governor. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the guy either. What's going on with the corruption in this town? Every state has it. When they had Hurricane, that one New Orleans, the corruption went on there too as well. But you can't tell me you don't like what he retweets. I mean, then he took it down. Why take it down? I mean, why? I mean, keep it up. You believe what it is. Leave it there. You think it's cool? Why apologize? I don't think I've ever deleted a tweet. I don't think I ever have. Because when I tweet something, I very rarely say anything. I retweet something I like or something. I don't really go in there a lot, but if I tweet something, I kind of stroll through, look if there's something on it. Oh, I like that. But I don't. If I see anything that's inappropriate, I'm not any racist. If I'm unfollow the person, I block the person, so I can't see it. I don't need to see it. Like I said, on my Facebook page. But people are finally realizing, yeah, he's a con man. He takes bribes. Okay, that's what he's been doing. That's why this Venezuela behavior is. He wants to put the money in some bank account so he can control it. And then he wants to sell oil himself to, he's blackmailing whoever it is for Cuba for the oil from Russia. But remember, Russia, he was supposed to stop that war over there. It's not happening. And I guarantee it, Russia has something on him. People said there's some videos of him with a bunch of hookers urinating on him. So I'm not, whatever. He's bought and paid for by people overseas, like it or not. And they all, even Biden was too as well with Hunter Biden. That all stuff comes to the end when you pass away. The Lord waits for you. I'm not a perfect person, but guaranteed. I've never hurt a child my entire life. I still give my mother's charity, the Smile Network. I give money to the Boy Scouts over at our church, and there's a local one here in Hopkins up there. I know it's small, but I bring all my aluminum cans from my city to that one and the one in Glen Lake. And I have a box in my company truck, and I pick up, and I'll be walking out the truck, and I'll just throw them in the box, and I come by, and I'll pour them in there. Those kind of little things help out the Boy Scouts and the girls. I'm a big opponent of that. My mom was. Mr. Dvorak, who passed away, but the day he died, he would help the Boy Scouts. He was big. He taught me about community. My dad did. Mr. Patterson did. Mr. Peterson. All the people I grew up in this neighborhood. We all knew each other. They all helped out in the community, and that's you want the next generation behind you. You want them to be safe and grow up and be good young men and young women. But this prostitution of children, look at the Catholic Church. I've talked about it, and I've talked about it, and I've talked about it, and I've talked about it. The movie out there, what the hell is that one? It's called with I can't remember the movie is. I saw it once in the plane. I was outraged. Periscope, what it was called. And then you see that movie and they're looking the other way, and they keep shuffling from place to place. Start burning those couches to brown. That's why they're the blue laws. And sorry, you go in there, Father Mikey, you're under arrest, and you clean them out. That's the way it works. Portable gallows. I'll preach for that behavior. But we've come a long way. When I was younger, with prejudice towards people of color, you still got a ways to go. But when you have a president of America playing to his base by retweeting something like that, it's inappropriate. A sitting president, the 44th president of the United States of America, it's not good. But people will make excuses for this. And I get it. They're not all perfect. And I get all the Biden behavior or whatever. But we have people like our girlfriend out there, my bull dyke, who thinks it's probably okay. And same thing with blind views. This behavior would go on because some people just don't care anymore how this country is looking like fools and screwing around with Greenland, screwing around with Canada. People don't want to come to the country. When I was in St. Martin last year, we were in the hot tub talking to some really nice people sitting around the hot tub, and they're not coming to Florida. They're not coming to Vegas. The Canadians, they're going to places. They're pissed. What do you want to call those things? They're putting what do you call those things that come over? What are those things called again? They're putting on the prod coming over, and he's been doing that, and that's pissing people off. People don't really care until all of a sudden their job goes away because they can't afford to compete with his behavior, and he thinks he can make all this money, and he said we need a $2,000 check, and he realized he said it, and it's these long rambling speeches, what Hitler would do, and out there in Cuba would sit through the same thing. That's what he's doing. If you can't see the forest of the tree, treat the forest, and you're nuts. Okay? I don't hate the guy. I'm a little bit tired. I never put the guy in, but people think he's so great. And I get it. People will throw Biden out, and I get it. All the behavior. And he pisses and moans about Obama and Biden and constantly bitch, and blames somebody else's for his problems, and it's just never ending. But this retweeting of this behavior just blows me away. But let me see if Sweet Melissa's in the building. I'm not going to call Carl. I don't think anybody else, though. See, Sweet Melissa's in the building. I haven't spoke to her in a long, long time.
Hello?
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
What's going on?
Not much. Hold on. Let me shut my door. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me shut that. Okay, what's going on? Not as much as what you've been through.
Yeah, I know the ice.
Yeah.
It's nonstop skullduggery going on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a show today. I usually don't do a lot of fear mongers on Saturday, but I figured that the hunch yesterday doing the retweeting of the Obama was on the head of the monkeys, the apes.
I saw that. Yeah.
And we've come to agreement on the hunch, right? We've never been big fans of this idiot, and he's just
absolutely.
And he's been wagging the dog. Have you ever seen the movie Wag the Dog? It's a very good movie about.
Maybe years ago.
It was.
I
think what's his name? Hoffman was in there. I think
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman, and it was pretty ironic. Is they created a fake war on a soundstage, and it was Ukraine. It was pretty funny, and. He keeps trying to distract people from the
Epstein
files. And I told my wife, I told her, I said, he's going to hall pass it off on somebody. And she said, what do you mean? I said, he'll blame somebody. Because people were dying on their feet yesterday. People in his inner circle weren't happy about it. So he's on the plane and he's got that smirk on his face, like he's not sorry. Because it's in any way to save any face about what's going on with the Epstein files. You know what I'm saying?
Let me read this to you. Wag the Dog. It actually starred Robert De Niro.
Okay, Robert De Niro. Okay.
And he was and Dustin Hoffman.
Okay.
Fabricate a war in Albania to distract presidential sex scandal.
Okay.
Just before an election.
So I thought it was Ukraine. Close enough.
Media manipulation. I'll watch that. Yeah.
See, I thought it was Ukraine. Close enough. Yeah. I remember it was a very good movie. It was a good movie because that's exactly what they did. I thought it was Ukraine, but I remember the movie. I remember it vividly. Wag the Dog. So I was at least I know the facts, but I just remember the movie, and it was very, very good. And it was that's what he's trying to wag the dog with all this. That's why he went in with Iran, and that's why he went into Venezuela. Kind of, this just to get people. And then when people bring it up, he gets who's that chick from the CNN? He gets all mad at her.
He gets so mad at her
because she's not afraid to ask him those questions. Because there was an interview yesterday, and he was sitting forward like the hunch does, and my wife goes, now I really know why. Now I know why you really call him the hunch.
I'm the hunch.
Because he was forward. He was forward in the chair. While my mother was like that when she would try to be in defensive mode when we'd be around the living room, right? And we would be talking about family business, and my brother would rip my brother. So she was always ready to jump in and protect my brother. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he'd start, and she'd kind of lean in and go, "Mark, be quiet." Mike or John or whatever. She'd tell people to be quiet, right? So he was sitting forward, and he asked him a question: "Who are you going to in 2020? Who are you going to endorse?" And he kind of looks away, like he doesn't want to answer that question because he thinks he's going to be the king, right? Instead of saying, "Hey, J.D. Vance, he's my vice president. That's who I'm going to endorse, not the other idiot, little Ricky." You know what I'm saying? Well, they're both great people. You're not going to endorse these people. You're not going to, he didn't want to say it, but it was a great question. But he was sitting forward, waiting to get any kind of question that wouldn't. It was just the way he sat forward in there. He was just hilarious. Unlike when he was with, only time he smiles he always has that smirk on because he doesn't know how to wave. He doesn't know how to smile. I don't know what the closed fist means. I don't know what that means when he does that. He doesn't know how to smile.
I don't know.
That grin, that smirk, there's no teeth, the big grin he does. He doesn't know how to smile unless he's in a family.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's just, he's not used to doing that. He still doesn't know he's president. In my mind, he just thinks he's just this king. That's why when you saw him over with King Charles, and he was with King Charles, he could tell he was like a little kid in a candy store. This is what I want to be. Same thing over in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. He wants to be the king of this country, and only he leaves when he dies. Just like Papa Grizz left YouTube. Why? Because he died. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And just like Daily Woo, he left YouTube. Why? Because he died. That's the only time the hunch will leave.
That's the only time.
Yeah, that's the only time the Woo was going to leave YouTube is when he died. It's the only time, and he did. He passed away. But what's your thoughts on the hunch?
Oh, you know how I feel. I've felt that way. Well, you haven't changed how I feel. He's a piece of crap. That's it. That's it. I mean, ICE? Are you serious? Who are they?
Yeah, I know.
Who are these people?
Well, there's a chick on a Squirrely parody, put a parody out on me, and she's a big defender of the hunt. She's a bull dyke, and she's done some videos on me. If you go look on her channel, she privatized one because I thought it was kind of funny, but it was kind of bad, but whatever. But she's a big defender of the hunch. It's like, really, can I go and grab your crotch then in public? I mean, if I was to grab you in public when I go to court, well, hey, I grabbed this lady because the President of America did. Why can't I grab her? And then you go, well, I guess so. I guess, well, your case is dismissed, you know?
Right.
And she's, you know, this chick who falls blind to you. She's part of I say the red shirts are the rise of the brown shirts. Would you not agree?
I agree.
Because
my stance hasn't changed.
No, it's just. And I've heard a couple people who walked up to me, and I heard one guy was apologizing on a radio show that he voted for the Hunts 3 times and realizes that he is taking bribes, and then when he retweeted the Trump thing, he's realizing what animal you created. You created this idiot who doesn't pay his bills. If your husband works for people, if they didn't pay their bills, you wouldn't be in your house, would you? If they said, "I'm sorry, we're not going to pay your bill." I'm sorry.
That's true.
Your husband.
You know what? I've told you that before. That is a common practice with people from New York City. It's very common.
Right. Well, the problem is that he thinks his niece one time said this, one that always rips on that's a negative on his sheet. He doesn't want that. It's a red mark. He doesn't a black mark or whatever. Yeah, he doesn't want that on there. It's like when I got gas yesterday or whatever. I'm getting my car fixed finally after a year and a half finding the idle. It's going to cost me about $1,600. It sucks. I have to pay that to finally get the thing done right. But I don't just go, I'll pay you later. No, before that car leaves, I got to pay them.
Yep. You know, I agree.
I don't just walk in there.
I've seen it happen.
Second set of keys and go, I'm driving away. Send the bill to Trump, will you please? You know.
Yep. I'll gladly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, my favorite. I worked with a guy. He was part-time at a warehouse. Nice man, Christian man, whatever. And he was kind of broke because the wife kicked him out and annulled the wedding. She annulled the marriage. And the next day she got married. And literally the day they got annulled, she got married. So he was kind of broke. So he parked his car downtown Minneapolis. And I told him, if you would have asked me, I would have gave you the money in advance to get your car parked. I would have said, listen, I'll see you tomorrow. So he parks his car. He puts a note on there and says, I'm going to win karaoke. I will pay you when I get back. Well, guess what? While he's gone, he gets towed. You know, it's like he put on there, I'll be back. I'm going to win karaoke. You know. And they don't screw around down. It's like in New York, and the same thing. There was a towing thing one time where they followed the tow truck around. The guy parked it across the street, walked over to Blockbuster to get something, came back and was gone. I mean, like the time he walked across that street, walked through Blockbuster to get a movie, the tow truck took him. Because that's how quick they'll tow you. And that's in Minneapolis. They go through those lots like, okay, no license plate, boom, you're gone. But it was funny. He thought he could pay him back. He thought he could win.
Did he win karaoke?
Yes, because the one song he went to all the time, he would go to, it was, what's that song that they sing at the Boston game? Sweet Caroline. That was his song.
Caroline.
He went to Sweet Caroline. So that was his song. That was his go-to song. He would sing, you know. So he was a nice man, but he thought he could park his car in Minneapolis, walk 3 blocks, go to a bar, sing the song, and then pay it when he gets back. It's like no. I told him I would have gave you money for parking, and then you would have just paid me back. But he was just thinking he had to pay the $200 to get his car. It took him a couple days because he had the money.
Right.
I mean, I'm saying,
that's stupid, though. How dumb.
That's poor choices. My dad always said choices are consequences. Yeah. What do you always say? If you don't have safe sex, what happens? You get pregnant, right? And then who do you blame?
Yeah.
You know? Just like if me and you were 16 years old and we were having consensual sex, and you get pregnant, and then they were in the room and they look at you. How could you get pregnant, Melissa? Because me and your son had sex. It's always It's always fair. The son's mom and dad always complain she got pregnant. Well, they both had consensual sex, and that happens when no condoms are used and she's not on the pill. It's weird.
Yeah, right.
They always blame the guy. It's like, no, unless it was a rape, but when it's consensual, things do happen with young people having sex.
It is consensual. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to deal with it.
Thing.
Adoption is the option.
Yeah.
How's it working on?
Everybody's doing great. He just had a birthday. He turned 7.
Oh, my word. What grade's he in now?
Yeah, first. He just turned 7 January 25th.
What's some of his likes and dislikes? What's his favorite?
He pretty much likes everything.
I was like, my nephews I hung up on nephews a lot when my sister lived here. It was always fun to watch them. Like my nieces, they would be like 4 to 6. They'd kind of change every 4 years. Their likes would kind of change. Like the one loved Dora the Explorer. I used to rip on Dora. I go, oh, Dora's boring. No, she's not. She would get all mad when I would.
Oh, I know.
She loved Dora the Explorer, so it was always funny.
We never got into that. Maybe you missed it.
And then she liked certain musicians, like, certain boy bands or something. She got older.
Oh, yeah.
It was just kind of funny how she'd go from 8 to 12, and then 12 to like 16, how those things would change in her life. It was interesting to see how that goes. When I coached hockey, the kids all like certain music. They would, certain things they liked, they all like, certain songs, whatever else. So it was always funny to see how things change in your life, what all of a sudden becomes, just like...
Oliver's a Swiftie. He loves Taylor Swift.
Oh, really?
Oh, God, yes. Don't ever say anything about her.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Out, please, out. I'll actually nicely go.
No, I just think the way I thought it was the Ukrainian war. I should have looked it up, but I remember they created a false war to wag the dog, and that's exactly what he's doing.
This is all insanity. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know. It's crazy. He fights with everybody, threatens everybody. Groceries are through the roof.
Yep.
Really? Who can afford to eat steak?
Yeah. We were at Costco the other. We were at where were we at? We were at the Costco. It was unbelievable. Yeah, the movie was 1997.
Yep.
1997. So.
Yep. I agree. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I've got, a few friends that are supporters. I call it a supporter of his administration.
Right.
And we just don't talk about it. Nothing.
Yeah, some people will.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, people will always until it's again the affordability, trying to bring it down. Good luck with all that,
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, that's true. We went for months without speaking because she, shot me a text and saying, "What do you think of that governor of yours now?" Are you kidding me? I happen to like her,
Right.
We're split in the state about, people up north are more Trump supporters.
Right.
Northern Maine. But that's a whole other ball of wax, right?
I still miss Blog Talk Radio Network. I can't believe it's a year.
I know.
Last Friday they went down. I knew that was coming, but I missed it because when I was doing this show, I would call into shows. It would depend what was going on. It was always fun to call in, and I missed that. So talk shoes is more tougher to navigate than.
It is hard to navigate, isn't it?
When the new guy bought it, he made it worse trying to navigate it. When there's a lot of abandoned shows on there, I saw that went over there after Blog Talk that have done like 3 or 4 shows and they're done because it's not like Blog Talk was original. You had a phone number you could call into. You could schedule your shows, and people come in your chat room and you go call a show, whatever. I always do that all the time. I'm on Spreaker right now, but I'm just recording, which I can do. People can't do. People can't do what we're doing right now. We're talking to each other on the download. I was going through my IPs, and someone in New Jersey, it was in Cape Cod, but then it said Cape Cod courthouse. So somebody's listening to me in New Jersey, and then they're at work listening to me. It said, whatever it was, I guess it was pretty funny. So someone's at their job listening to my fear mongering radio. That's kind of funny.
They've never come back with anything that's even like it.
No, they haven't, and that's why a lot. Well, you know what the problem is? They go over to YouTube, but you have to have a mixer if you really want it, and take a phone call.
Yeah.
You're going to have to. So it's not. Blog Talk was sweet. You'd call in on a regular landline, and you could have a phone call. And I would have loved to step into Blog Talk if I had the money and bought it and just made it so you could have a mixer and had a different price line, different levels of it, and brought back good sound. And they would have said, "I'm going to shut down for 3 months, and I'm going to make it like Spreaker, and I want to make it so you can." So when you phone call, you only get the 4 numbers, not all of it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's the same kind of thing with better sound, and people would come back because the old days, when you were doing, all of a sudden just shut down on you or something, they'd drop it or something. So but.
And Rumble, I don't like that platform at all.
I put myself there for fun. I don't get many. I get maybe 20 or 30. That's all that is a bunch of righties. It's a far right, whining, pissy, moaning. That's all that is. You know, over there. Like that. That's all that is. I put my videos for fun. I really don't care. That's all it is. It's a far righty, and then it's not the best place.
It's just I don't like it. Not at all.
No, but Talk Shoe is never. People, I think, don't know where to go for podcasting, because if you do want to get a pod, you have to get like a mixer if you really want to have good sound, and create your own your call-in line, because you can do the shoe, but it's not like it used to be, where it's easy to navigate. So, because when the guy sold it to the Canadian guy, he just totally screwed over the Talk Shoe, mighty big shoe. So.
Yeah.
But
what's going on with what did you used to call him, your grandson?
Oh, Dave?
Yeah.
I talk to him once in a while. He calls me and with you just Trey, she'll be on the other line with him or something. What the hell's his name? Mark. Just Trey. What's his name?
Oh, he's still involved with him?
Yeah, he'll call me once in a while. Roll Tide Roll. I don't know. He's going to go into court here because someone's suing him because he's been harassing people. I've tried to help Dave. When Dave will call me, he goes, "I want you to go live and call out Nelson Green." I go, "I don't care about Nelson Green.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. I'm over here on the other channel talking about Sarasota Tim haters, having some fun, and with a bunch of grown-up people can handle the BS back and forth." I said, "You go over there with Nelson Green, who's a waste of good suffering, with just trash Tina D, who has no that woman is slowly dying that fat boy was." I told Dave that he would not make it to 2026. I told Dave that fat boy wasn't going to make it because and I said, "Tina, you look at her now, she's got no teeth, and that woman does not look good at all."
No, her coloring is really bad.
She's slowly dying in front of you because I have type 2 diabetes. I'm now on a Jardian pill, and it's really helping my weight, and it's really helping my sugar thing. I only get like 117, so it's helping me now, this new pill. And when you lose a leg, that's the beginning of the end. When you get a leg chopped off, I had a guy who was an African American gentleman. He worked for me at International. Here he goes, real nice guy. And I walked outside one day. And I go, "Hey man, what's going on?" He goes, "Well, I had surgery." And I go, "What happened?" He goes, my right ankle got lopped off because he was type 2. And he was like 35, just a great guy. Him and his wife had a cleaning service. And he was sitting in the car waiting for it. He had his leg.
Why would she drink like Cokes, real Coke? And eat candy all the time.
I don't know.
That's like stupid.
I'm not perfect on my stuff, but I know what not. I rarely have. I'll have a chocolate once in a while, but I limit what I take in. I have some small, but I don't just sit there and I don't. The last time I had sugar pop, once in a while, if my sugar's down low, I'll have a Mountain Dew. I drink Diet Coke. That's all I really drink. Diet. I drink some milk, but my blood has gotten better with this Jardian, and I eat Burger King, but I don't starve myself. I don't sit there and just throw candy down my throat or drink Mountain Dew all day long. It's not going to help the situation.
Oh, she's just gross.
You can live with type 2 diabetes. You can live with it.
Yeah.
You can live with type 2. You just it kills you when you don't listen, and you get a leg because it starts down the ankles. When no blood flow, they're gonna start lopping off your ankles and your legs, and you're done. She's going down the road, and I was just talking about this the YouTube is coming to be about live streaming, and I noticed that I go look at Keep Behind the Camera once in a while. He's under 80,000. I mean, that's like he's slowly dying, that channel, because he's doing these live streams there with what's his name, Boogie, and those. That's just like I told Dave.
What do they call that? What is it called?
I can't remember what it's called, but they're
Low cows.
I said, Dave, I said he knows he's abandoned his regular show, so he's doing low cow. I said he's not a good streamer. I could sit down with Keep Behind the Camera and go, listen, do something fun. Keep Behind the Camera builds a fire. Keep Behind goes camping. Something that would be fun. But I said, make it the same lies over and over again. People are moving on from you. That's a problem with him. Just like the Wonder Hustle, love her dearly. She wants to get to 300,000, but when she does filler videos and she screams out in the thing, and it's just, I love her dearly, but you have to go out and do something. Just like the Daily Woo, he was doing a video every single day, and she talks about this, that all I do is I video, I sleep, and I edit. Well, that's your choice, trying to make it on YouTube. Plus, she gets money from people. That's why she does more meet and greets, because it's meat and money. She realizes that. She's like a dog for treats. She knows that. That's why she's doing more meet and greet, because people meet her and they give her money.
Yeah.
That's what, and she's subsidized by people, and same thing with the carpetbagger. The people give him money, and I'm sorry. I want to give you money. To me, you know what it is? It's a like and a share. That's my money to you. I don't, this last 8 years on YouTube, is it just me? It just seems like it's give me money. Is it just me?
Flashy. I know.
I know. Can't you just give me a video? And I hate, I've been doing this, and it takes time. For 3 years, I did a video every single day. I had fun doing it throughout the Twin Cities. I lost about 3 pair of sunglasses. I found a pair. I smoked a shitload of cigars. I did it because I wanted to do it. I didn't get a lot of views. I lost money, but guess what? I never ever asked for a cent. Hey, I don't think I've ever said in my videos, can you make sure you like it? If you like it, thanks. If you share it, thank you. If you have to ask for that, then people... When I get on these, I've listened to a lot of World War II history stuff. First thing I do is I like it. That's the first thing I do, because I know it's going to be good, and I share it because I want to share, because I want to. That's how I help that creator.
But
no one can.
I'm just reading this. This is another Trump.
Go ahead.
How Trump's 10 billion, not million, billion, sued against his own government.
I saw that.
Sideways. He's suing our government because they supposedly leaked information about him.
Yeah, I saw.
How would you do this?
I saw that he was in that interview yesterday where he was sitting forward, something about he's going to donate or something. The guy was asking him that. It's like, shut up. I saw that he was.
No, he won't.
He's like, shut up. Well, you know why he wants Venezuela? He wants to make for his family. He wants to put golf courses on there. That's what he wants to do. He wants to make it into his own little country. And like I talked on the pod before I called you, when I was in St. Martin last year, I was talking to a bunch of Canucks, and then he goes, none of us are going to Florida's hurting right now, and so is Vegas, because they don't go there anymore. Canadians don't go to Vegas. That was a big thing. They're not going because they're so pissed off at his behavior. Charging.
It will affect our tourist season here.
The tariffs coming in.
They like to come here.
Yeah, the tariffs and stuff that he's doing, and wants to make Greenland a state. It's like, can you just
give it up?
It's just.
What about Cuba? He started that crap with Cuba.
Yep.
Oh my!
But wasn't he supposed to? Wasn't he supposed to end the war in Ukraine? Remember that? He was supposed to end. I do. He was supposed to end the war.
Yep.
He was supposed to end it, but because I think
people are still believing.
Yeah. Well, that's why he retweeted that Obama picture. That was to keep the base still on his side. That, hey, guess what? I'm still a prejudiced little pig.
Yep.
That's what that was. He he does every once in a while. He'll do something that's totally. He keeps the base, the dumbass white boys who think he's the best thing in the world. And I'm gonna retweet this. And I told Sue Ellen I said, he'll throw someone on the bus. I said, you watch. And sure enough, within 6 hours of me saying that, one of his minions allegedly retweeted. I doubt it very, very much. It's just, who is it? You walk he or she out the door? Is someone so you're telling me somebody has access to your account? It's just.
I was glad the governor here made, they did an executive order that our local police departments and state police obviously can't assist ICE.
I know. I saw that.
which I was glad.
Well, I love how he called that one guy he called him an assassin. The guy, and he's like, yeah, okay, because he was conceal and carry. But then the hunch says he doesn't want the Second Amendment. Well, you were big on the Second Amendment. You could have a weapon. It's like he can't have both ways.
Yeah, he talks out of both sides of his mouth. What about the kid that went with the weapon and shot somebody or shot people?
What was this?
Was it Kyle?
Well, that idiot, yes.
That was okay though.
Yeah, it was okay, of course. Yeah, I know.
That was okay.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He did his share of crying and whatever else. I think he turned on the hunch, I don't know. But
I don't know.
A lot of people are dying on their feet on this behavior when he retweeted that he claims it deranged. Well, I guarantee it. I mean, when he does a speech, he always mentions Obama and he mentions Biden. And the guy can't go through a conversation without talking about those. So it's constant. Whenever
now he's trying to pick up the Kennedy era.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. Trying to get rid of that behavior. I know. Let's rename it. Then look at the White House tears that thing down without permission, and the people who are paying him are the ones that are probably in the Epstein file. So here, I'll give you money. I'll give you money. Take me out, because you're going to get the files, but you're going to get people he doesn't like that are in there. People that he doesn't care about. The ones that are giving him money, make sure you yank Cowboy's name out of there, because he said to the guy one day, can you just take things out? That's what he said one day. He made the motion to a guy one day. Can you just take stuff out of the records? So the people that are giving him money are in those records. That's the problem, and so that's why they're releasing stuff that we don't care about this guy. He's an enemy of Donald J. Trump. Whoop, he's a friend. We won't put that. They're not going to get the full thing. They're not going to get it.
It'll never be the truth.
No,
he was singing Bill Clinton's praises. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably because Bill probably said, make sure I'm out of there. I'll do this for you. That's what that's all about. Bill Clinton's like, you do this for me and I'll do that for you, man. I'll talk to this man. Don't do this to me, man. I know things about you. That's what that was all about. I can't believe people are going after Donald Trump and his wife tonight. So that was a call to the president. Hey, listen. Hey, Bill, man. This is Bill. Donald, we have to talk about this Epstein file. I can get you this information. Something he can lean on what he wants. So there's something that Clinton can give him. There's something there. You don't do anything for free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's been in that island on Bill Clinton, because he can't keep in his pants. So again, we've talked about the shadow government and with you before, and I've done the New World Order, and I listened to the Blacklist. They were way ahead of this behavior. They were way ahead of this stuff. They always talked about this on the Blacklist of all this shadow government, and which he's promised people, but then doesn't come out. Now, who's that one guy that quit and now he's back on Rumble? The one guy that quit. He went back over to Rumble, so he's on Rumble.
That's slob.
Yeah, that idiot's over there hanging out in the outskirts.
What was his name? Oh my God! Everybody loved him. Remember the Trump people loved Alex Jones?
No. This is another guy he came over there from he's back over there. He quit, and not Kash Patel, but another guy. But he came from Rumble to work for the Hunch. And then now he's back over there again. So he left because now he can go over there and it's propaganda, whatever else. So he realized, the filth that's there, So it's just, I figured I'd do this show. I'm hoping you'd be around. I could call you because I know that, I figured you'd be.
No, I don't feel any. I still feel the same way. I don't argue about it anymore.
No, I don't either. People will ask me, and I've had people that
I'll give my opinion.
That I've talked to. At my other job, and people are coming around now. It's like, do me a favor, you just keep talking, and I'll be right back, okay? Give your opinion, I'll be right back.
Sure. I mean, like I said, I haven't changed my stance about, how I feel about him, in this administration. I still feel the same. I don't like it at all. There's something just awful about the whole thing. Just terrible. And if anybody can stand behind it, good for you. But I can't. And but as I said, I don't argue about it anymore. I used to. You know, like whatever. People like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Craziness. I remember saying to a friend, I was like, wow, people thought the 60s were something, huh? We're going to see even more craziness. Crazy stuff.
Oh, she's taking over the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I did. I took it over. I couldn't help it. You know me.
Yeah. You know what I really miss? I miss Papa Grid 56. I miss his raging.
Oh, God. He was entertainment. He did give us that.
Right, but he went downhill the last year before he passed away, and
Yeah.
I miss Papa Grizz. He was just so much fun. You type in my name, and there's one where he opens up my the gift, which his wife, and it was the papers, remember, ownership,
Yep.
and he showed it. It was such an epic open up, and then he burns it.
And then he burnt it, and the daughter was afraid.
Oh, it was such a. I watch that every month. I just watch it because
Yeah,
it's
that
so
was perfect.
Hagerant's archives, and then the other one where you type in Papa Grizz and he's raging and he's talking about Satan's granddaughter and he's yelling at the people, and it's just a great live stream. Because one thing about him, he's like me. He called, but he didn't beat around the bush. You knew who you were talking about when he talked about you. He talked about
Sure.
I'm the same way. If I talked about Papa Grizz, you knew I'm talking about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But it was just I miss him yelling at people, sitting. My favorite one, I was telling Dave one day, he was live one day, and it's in the evening, and he's looking over at his sister, and he's looking. I swear to God, he was watching porn because he was looking like if
Probably.
because he's let's say your son is doing something illegal, but he's looking over at you on his laptop like this mom going to see me look up. He was looking over at her, looking back at the screen, looking back over again. You know, It was just hilarious. Like he was looking at something illegal on the computer.
He probably was.
And another one when him and Savage were going after each other about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
God bless.
That was good.
Oh, she's videotaping her fat boy from behind, Satan's granddaughter. I told Dave, I said that woman's will kill somebody someday. That woman's evil. Now that she's 21, as she gets older, she's going to get more and more evil. She will kill somebody someday. That woman she'll be on a roof with a gun. That woman's nuts.
Yeah.
His
weird girl.
She was look
But
how.
she's not a girl anymore. She's a boy.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I think
They're both boys.
I
She's
think.
a lesbian.
Well, I think because of to keep her away from Fat Boy because he'd grab at her and everything else. And I still think to this day, Satan's granddaughter took that picture of the oldest child.
Me too.
I don't care what anybody says.
I heard Nelson bring that up recently, and he was blaming MER for it. That's not true.
No. And to this day, I've talked about this about Carrie. She's never pulled, and the cockroach. There's no If that picture came to me for some reason, I don't think I knew their Twitter account, but if that picture got sent to me, that would have been deleted. I didn't.
God.
And I would have somehow got hold of her and emailed the mom somehow. Yeah. But that would have been deleted off my Twitter account so quickly. Instead of, hey, Melissa, I need to send this picture to you. No, you don't. You don't. That was just, to this day, Carrie never publicly apologized and saying to the cockroach, why do you need to send a picture to what they sent it to Fire Girl? You know, and then it's like, why do you need to send that picture of a nude
I don't know.
woman who's probably 20?
What did she say about why did she have an explanation as to why she received it off, or what was her?
Well, see, here's why Carrie got sent to Big Kiss, from what I understand. Right. So here's why we talked about, because remember, it was always about, because she's handicapped. People were always the rock star, the rock star. So what I think Satan's granddaughter did, she took a picture of her sister, nude, and then sent it to piss off Carrie, to Big Kiss. That's what that was about. So she was trying to piss off, because she was jealous of the attention towards her, the Down syndrome girl, the sweetheart that she was. So
I believe that.
So that's what she did.
I do.
So Big Kiss saw it, and then said, instead of just saying we're deleting it, Carrie felt she had to send it to the cockroach for some reason, and then went everywhere. It's like, no, those people should have been in jail, especially Carrie should have been in jail for that behavior. If I would have been again an uncle of that young lady, I would have been in Wisconsin knocking on that door saying, what are you doing?
Their family didn't care.
And then that one time when Fat Boy mentioned it, and then and the picture, what? Because and I still think the day when Fat Boy went up to, remember the boys were supposed to be up at the park, remember that? And he drove up there thinking they were going to be there. Satan's granddaughter had a weapon with her. She did. There was a weapon in that car, and she did a lot of counter-trolling on Fat Boy, a ton of counter-trolling in the chat room. Like one day when he was on his channel, on her channel, remember he renamed it because, and then she comes walking in one day. My friends on the bus want to know why you're on my channel, and he quickly mutes it and then turns and yells at her because that was a troll to walk up to him. Yeah. So she loved to make him angry.
Yeah.
And then my other one.
That was her way to get attention.
Yeah, my another thing was when he was at the parade, and he's all pissed off at people standing in front of him, and it's just. And then he was at the county fair, and he kept talking because he'd see some poop or something, and it was just I was living in his mind rent free, and it was just.
Yep, I remember that.
God, he was just so good. He
just couldn't control himself. No. He was such a simp.
Because I would do a podcast every morning on the way into work, and I'd mention him, and they would listen to what I talked about, and then they would, and then I would trigger him. Because one day I was talking to what's her name on the phone. I was going to Blaine, and then Lisa Lynn, right? And I told her, I said he's going to go early because she triggered him. No, he's not. So she calls me back 5 minutes later. She goes, he just went live, and I said I told you he's going to go live because you triggered him and I triggered him. And John Boy there was two people who could trigger him the best was Edward James Hubbard and John Boy would trigger him, especially Edward. Edward could not do a video for 2 months, and he did one video mention Fat Boy. That was all hell broke loose.
He'd go nuts, wouldn't he? He would go nuts.
That was funny. I miss those.
Make me a little din with those food stamps you get, Edward.
Yeah.
It was classic stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, Papa Good 56, man. Anybody listening to the side of this channel, you type in Papa Good 56 and you'll see him rage. And he was just, because I told Dave when he found Kid Behind the Camera years ago, when the girls were young, they were 10, whatever they were, 12, whatever, he thought he could be, well, like Savage said, angry fat bastard. He should have been. That's what he should have been. He thought he was going to he was going to become this sensation, and he was going to make money for the girls to go to college, and that's what he thought. Yeah. That's what he thought. He was going to be the next Papa. He was going to be the next, because he loved Angry Grandpa, and then
they were kind of using him too. They were riding his, notoriety.
Oh, absolutely, they were. Absolutely, they were. How great he was. I'm like, really? You like this idiot? I mean, really? But it was just, those were the days, man. It's just he was doing twice a day, once a month, 3 times a day, 3-hour streams.
Hours long.
The chat room was, people would come in and go, hey, you've got me blocked, and he would go, I'll go look. Well, you can see the person talking. It was just how they would do that, and he'd go look, or what? What?
Now, don't forget, there's another channel. Is it Mama Grizz 59? I'm going to look at that one.
Yep.
There were videos on there.
Oh, yeah. She had one of me one time. She was mad at me. She was mad at me in that one. She was mad at me and somebody else, and she was the best. And she was...
Yeah, I forgot. I'll have to watch that tonight.
Some of those are just... She'd sit there and she'd complain about people, and then they would have a Come to Jesus live stream where they both sit there and have to defend what he's done, and it was always... It was just the best live stream. Kind of like a walk and talk, but then...
Anybody that missed those times, I feel bad.
Yeah, it's just because it was so good. They would both be sitting in front of the camera explaining the behaviors of what he's done and what Satan's granddaughter did, and it was just hilarious. And then he tried to apologize to Wisconsin Carrie about the photo in a roundabout way, and then Amberly Ambrosia, how he turned on them, and I've tried to call you, sweet Melissa, but for some reason it goes to voicemail. It's like, because sweet Melissa blocked you, cowboy. It's like, block him. So, and then I was in St. Paul one day, and it's like 8 years ago or whatever. I'm driving along, and he goes, because he was getting mad. I know things about you. if you don't.
Yep,
You know, I'm
he
like,
did.
it's like,
Yep.
how dare you threaten this woman and her children
Yeah.
with information because of their marriage? It's like, how dare you? I know your
Yeah.
phone. We had a phone because I was an idiot, and I apologize. I would never do that to you. I would never ever do that to your family. Would never do that to
No,
someone's family.
no.
You're falling out. That's the way she goes. I realize I made a poor choice.
He did that. I know things about you. Don't forget.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, I just despise that behavior.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But
Yeah, leave kids out of it.
No,
well, I'm going to get off here.
Well, hey, I appreciate you taking my phone call. How was your
welcome.
how was your New Year's? Was it good?
It was really good. Christmas was good, and yeah, New Year's was good.
Well, real quick now, Super Bowl
11.
60 tomorrow. I mean, I know you don't really care, but who you taking? You taking
Really?
You taking New England?
Yeah.
You gotta. I mean, if you
Because
don't,
I live here.
they're gonna
Yeah.
kick you out of Maine.
I know, right? I know. Yeah, just because I didn't know it was tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. We're gonna have chicken wings. We're gonna have other things, and we're
Yeah,
gonna hang out and
Yeah.
get back from the airport, take a nap, and get in my jammies and watch some football.
Sounds good.
I appreciate you
Have a good
taking my
night.
call. It's good to hear your voice.
You're welcome. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
All right, there she goes. Sweet Melissa. We reminisced about Fat Boy. She's out in Maine. I said something inappropriate, and we didn't speak. And then I apologized in the video during we talked, but I realized I made a poor choice. But we had the time of our life. We're talking about Fat Boy and everything else. So I did what do you want to call it? Panhandling thing over on my TikTok. I just love the responses here. Are you always on Washington Broadway? Would you take a at-home cooked meal? Anything else besides cash? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I will be there tomorrow. I'd love to have a burger. Would be nice. Thank you so much. Home cooked meal, white people for you. Oh, I've got one on here that it's got 11,000 views. I just love doing the panhandling ones. What's the one over here? It just took off. It's got 81,000 views. I love doing the panhandling ones. They're just so much fun because people believe what they see. It's just a gas to do it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I have the time of my life doing them. They're fun. I did one today on Blind Views, the way he sees it, and did a quick little one on that, and it 104. But it's fun to do the panhandling ones, Washington, Broadway. It's a great place to do your panhandling if you're going to be there. So, yeah, I saw how the Patsy Productions did one on Cartbagger and Tampa J. Tampa J is boring. I couldn't watch him. I could not watch that guy. There's no way. Brad Arnold of 3 Doors Down, dead at 47. Okay. Someone died in 3 Doors. Someone stopped breathing. My 5-month anniversary of my channel. We're happy for you. Date with my hot ex-wife, Prime. Seriously? Okay. But anyways, we are going to head out. I just want to wagging the dog and his behavior is going on. Sweet Melissa, thank you so much for coming on, sweet. I really, really appreciate it. The Olympics are in full regalia. Not that anybody really cares, but, no one gets hurt in the National Hockey Association. Nothing happens any bad. No, Lindsey Vaughn is going to try to do with her ACL. And, she had the time of her life doing that behavior. So the Olympics are. I like skating, so let's watch the skating. And I like hockey, so it's fun to watch that. But whatever it may be, Olympics. Too bad you should have 2 bites of the apple and be done with it. But anyways, you guys, my name is Jeff from Mongreen Radio. Appreciate listening to the audio. Donald J. Trump wag the dog. That's right, man. Being a precious little pig, keeping that white boy mentality out there. But anyways, remember he's a draft dodger, and only people up on the hill silly people that didn't go to the military. I never served, which if I had to, I would have been a mechanic or something. But all the wars 1 and 2, forgotten Vietnam, 9/11. But it's the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, the Navy, the Maritime Coast Guard, the Indian uniform. We think you're supposed to serve this country, nothing all like cop, call, crackhead, men and women blue, couple working class, everybody out there. But make good choices, marry before you carry. All that balls this side of oak trees. Good choices. Don't don't have sex without a condom because you will get pregnant and the father runs off. Sluts are selective. Whores, in the back seat, sluts on the couch. You make love in the bed. You don't want two men having sex. You can't watch two women. Not a very Christian thing to be doing. You don't want two women. Okay, that's the way she goes, man. But anyhows, my name is Jeff. And don't drink and drive. Call somewhere. So have a great Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow. Go Seattle, cover the 5, and get the over, $180. We went down to Iowa and did our picks. Anyways, you guys, from the outskirts, it's Fear Mongering Radio. We are